For the longest time, I believed you would always need me. No matter how distant I became or how often I disappointed you, I convinced myself your love was permanent. Looking back now, I realize how arrogant that belief really was. I confused your loyalty with dependence, never understanding that even the strongest heart eventually learns how to survive without the person who kept taking it for granted. By the time I understood that truth, your healing had already begun without me. You didn't wake up one morning and suddenly decide to move on. It happened little by little after countless nights of hoping I would finally become the partner you deserved. Every broken promise chipped away at your hope until one day your heart quietly accepted that waiting was hurting more than letting go. I never noticed those small changes because I kept believing tomorrow would always give me another opportunity to make everything right. I remember thinking your silence meant you were finally okay with the way things were between us. I couldn't see that your silence had changed because your expectations had disappeared. You stopped asking me to change because you had stopped believing I ever would. That realization hurts more than any goodbye because I now understand your silence wasn't acceptance. It was the beginning of your freedom from the pain I kept causing. The hardest part isn't knowing that you left. The hardest part is imagining the day you realized you no longer needed me to feel complete. I should have celebrated your strength, but instead, I became the reason you had to discover it alone. You deserved someone who protected your heart, not someone who unknowingly taught it how to survive without him. There were so many ordinary moments where I could have changed our story. One sincere apology, one honest conversation, or one evening where I chose you over my distractions could have reminded your heart that it was still safe with me. Instead, I kept assuming our future was guaranteed. I never realized love isn't protected by history. It is protected by daily choices. You waited with a patience I never deserved. Even after disappointment became familiar, you still believed there was goodness inside me worth fighting for. I see that now with painful clarity. I wish I had seen it while your hand was still reaching for mine, instead of recognizing your loyalty only after your heart had finally found the courage to let me go. Sometimes I wonder whether you still think about us. Not because I expect another chance, but because I hope our story wasn't only filled with pain. I hope you remember that I loved you, even though my actions failed to prove it consistently. Love hidden behind pride, silence, and emotional distance rarely feels like love to the person waiting to receive it. Now I understand why your goodbye felt so peaceful. You had already spent months grieving the relationship while still inside it. By the time you finally walked away, you weren't escaping me. You were choosing yourself. I wish I had recognized that your strength wasn't the reason we ended. My inability to appreciate it was. Losing you forced me to confront every excuse I once believed. It wasn't bad timing. It wasn't stress. It wasn't life getting in the way. The truth is much simpler. I stopped making you feel like a priority. No amount of love can survive forever when it constantly feels like an option instead of a choice. Every lesson I carry today was written by your absence. You taught me that love isn't measured by how deeply someone feels. It's measured by how consistently those feelings become actions. I finally understand that now, but understanding arrived only after I had already watched the best thing in my life quietly become a memory. If these words ever reach you, I don't ask you to come back. I only hope you know. I finally recognized the weight you carried while believing in someone who wasn't carrying the relationship beside you. You deserved peace long before you finally found it. I'm just sorry I wasn't the reason you found it. There are days when I imagine meeting you again someday. Not to change your mind, but simply to thank you for loving me with a loyalty I failed to deserve. You taught me lessons that success, comfort, and pride never could. I only wish those lessons had arrived before losing you instead of becoming the price I paid for taking your heart for granted. So this is my confession. I didn't lose you because you stopped loving me. I lost you because I believed you would always need me while giving you fewer and fewer reasons to stay. By the time I finally understood your worth, you had already discovered your own. That will forever remain the greatest regret of my life.